And that brings us into our next topic of the road less taken. I am one of the co-hosts, Petty Rich, and this is Mo Man, and we are at another episode of the road less taken. How are everybody doing today? First things first, we don't usually do it in the beginning, but we're going to do it now because I remember saying I was going to start doing it. By no means am I, Petty Rich or Mo Man, professionals in any capacity when it comes to mental health. We're not therapists. We're not trained counselors. If you do need any of that, you will be able to find the links in the description below, and the link that hopefully we get going in the future, because we're going to be doing some different things.
Yep.
I'm not just saying that for y'all. I'm saying that for me when I got to go over this stuff and watch it and be like, yeah, I got to do that past me. So, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to be out here. We're going to be putting in some more work on this stuff. At the end of the day, we're not professionals. Please call your Please call if you feel like wanting to commit harm to yourself or others. Please call the National Suicide Hotline at 988. I say again, if you feel like you are having thoughts of hurting yourself or others, please call the Suicide Prevention Hotline 988. Now, with all that, we're gonna go ahead and move along with the subject matter of I was talking about the Activision acquisition and stuff like that, but let's talk about Activision as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And not as a company, but as far as let's be common. I'm gonna go layman's the consumer level, right? Mm-hmm. Activision ain't never really had a good rep because they was on some bottom line shit. Not as hard as EA or modern day Bungie, but
yeah,
it's definitely was on some stuff. And honestly, a lot of this kind of poses the question, right? Because they're all talking about exclusivity, which is essentially trying to get people's attention, people's time. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that in regards to mental health, in regards to men's mental health, you know what? Before we get there, I think I'm getting ahead of myself. In recent times, games have become something more than just a game, right?
Yeah.
It's become essentially an investment. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm 35. I'm about to be 35 next month. And I've been playing video games since maybe 92, 93 when the Nintendo came out.
Right.
And we bought an experience, Super Mario Brothers 3. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We did the thing, right? Street Fighter 2.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was all conclusive, complete games. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, I was able to buy an initial purchase and get a full experience. Now, I'm buying an investment. I'm buying something.
You're
licensing, right? You're buying a license, and not even buying. You're investing because you're investing in a game hoping that it's gonna be well-rounded and fleshed out, because it's not. And what I'm talking about are live service games. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They bring out these games incomplete with a seasonal model. You know what I'm saying? And at first it was like, damn, they just want more money, right? But then I thought about it, bro. I was like, that's not the case, because they were making money with the initial purchases of the old bottle games, mm-hmm. right? Of having fully fleshed out games like Budokai 2 or Budokai Tenkaichi 3 or The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. You know what I'm saying? Like, these games were fleshed out good games, but these other games are not so much, because I feel like because they've realized they realize there's something that we can give them more valuable than an initial purchase. Mm-hmm. And that's our time, right? Hours upon hours in this game, right?
Yeah.
And then they add these models, because it's like, for me right now, it's Call of Duty. Call of Duty is kind of one of those things that pisses me off, and rightfully so, bro, because they've made it to the point now, initial purchase isn't enough. Mm-hmm. Unlike their predecessors, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1, it was a full fleshed out game.
Yeah.
Now it's to a point where you can buy extra slots on, and this is just solely on DMZ. I can't speak on the other things. DMZ is a prime example of greed. and them wanting you to put in time, because everything can be bought, but with real money, whether it be extra contraband slots, whether it be extra insured slots, skins, guns with perks. You know what I'm saying? You don't, and all of these things that I've mentioned, you don't even have to buy a battle pass. You can individually buy all this shit, right?
Right.
And then, or you could buy the battle pass, or you could buy the whole fucking game, right? Yeah. And then the crazy part is certain parts of the DMZ is locked because now you got to get Building 21. Because the thing is, Building 21, right, is a DMZ game. You can't play it in Warzone. You can't play it anywhere else but DMZ, right? Mm-hmm. But you have to buy the entire game to have access to it.
Yeah.
So they're gatekeeping a chunk of a free game, right? Mm. So it's just those little things, because the thing, and it's not that forget the money part. It's the time. It's the time part, right? Because most of that shit is time. And then the craziest part about it is, bro. So Building 21, right? So they just released season 4, right?
Right.
You got to get shit from back in the day, but in season 3, they have this shit with the bartering system where you trade in shit, right? And then you trade it in and you can get another item. So for example, you can trade like 2 hard drives, 2 batteries, and healing bomb, and you got a communications vest, which can detect enemy players within 100-yard radius, right?
Okay.
But then in season 4, you got to not only unlock it, right? Mm-hmm. You still got to barter to get it. So, and then the crazy thing is that one of the vests, you got to go to Building 21.
Ah.
So now they're
forcing you.
No, they're pushing content that was free into the paid aspect of the game. Right? It's just a lot of you know what I mean? And so they want, and then Destiny 2 no better, bro. They're promising of story and development, and then there's nothing. And then they make you do more to get the same thing. So like Destiny done sunsetted half they shit, and they've been bringing it back to us. Damn. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I've been playing this. I've been playing Destiny 2. Destiny.
Have you told Los about this? Because I know he's been on Destiny 2 a lot lately.
See, when he got in, it's different. Yeah. Like, because the thing is, it's like there's 2 dynamics to this issue, right? There's the new light experience, that's what I call it, and then the veteran experience. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Now, the veteran experience, I'm suffering. I stopped playing. I bought Lightfall and stopped playing Season of the Deep. I couldn't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because they keep nerfing and buffing and buffing and nerfing and nerfing and buffing and sunsetting and giving it back to me, taking shit and then making me have to work to get it back. And then they want to give me fucking, then they could do this. Then there's one thing that I look forward to, which was the seasonal events. They give us these fucking cards that we have to buy with real money. You know what I'm saying?
Back to that old.
Wait, but the thing is I've already bought the seasonal passes, so they added a season pass in a season pass.
It's just like, let's see how far we can push this,
bro. And it's just like it's affecting men's. They're taking advantage of men's mental health with all of this, because a lot of young boys do this for escapism.
For fun. Yeah,
it's fun and escapism. You know, it's honest at its core. For a lot of men, a lot of men use video games to cope. You know, because we don't have to deal with what we're dealing with right here. We can get away, and they're taking advantage of that. They're taking advantage of a growing demographic of lonely men trying to escape into something that can get them away from their problems.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to be like, well, you should go outside. Maybe you should do this and this and that.
Touch some grass.
Touch some grass. Nah, fuck all that, bro. Real talk. Because it's like video games back in the day saved my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3 didn't waste my time. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't for games like Siphon Filter and the Metal Gear Solid series, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 8, you know what I'm saying? Armored Core, I wouldn't know so many critical things. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The games back in the day were actually, were groundbreaking because they were incorporating storytelling into the games. You know what I'm saying? Because even before 97, there wasn't really that many stories in games outside of maybe a Deus Ex Machina game. You know what I'm saying? Even Warcraft didn't have that kind of shit until WoW. It was really basic and simple, like Empire type stuff.
Yeah.
So the late 90s all the way up until like 2010 was like the golden age of storytelling gaming. You know what I mean? Like, and now these companies are taking advantage of that. They don't give us fully fleshed out games anymore. They give us these half-cocked stories and promise us a grand conclusion and leading us down these ambiguous roads where we got to go on different sites to look it up, or we got to rely on YouTubers. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, we can't get the whole story for ourselves. Yeah. So they made it where we're literally dependent. It almost feel like they made deals with YouTubers. Hey, we gonna give out some shitty stories. We gonna give y'all what it is, and y'all can just you could just feed it back to them, and y'all get views.
Damn, bro, don't blow the lid off that
like,
story.
Bro, but that's how it feels. It feels because it's like the only people that an inconclusive game benefits are streamers, because they could pick up the pieces, and I'm not blaming them, but it's just like it's at a point where it's become an entire engine to prey on us. You know, and it's not fair, bro. It's no different from how the fashion industry have ruined young girls. You know what I'm saying? With the body images. You know, they try to glamorize this shit. You know what I'm saying? But then you see people like Ninja and these streamers having meltdowns.
Yeah.
They done quit. PewDiePie quit. They done he in Japan and shit. He got away. They done quit. He ain't quit. But like he done retired that full time shit because it got to the point where they were running a reality to get away from work.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even call it playing video games. They call it work because it is work. Either you're gonna work for the content or you're gonna pay for the content. But they don't want you to play for it. And that's the fucked up part. And that's a part of the issue I have with games today, because they take advantage of our desire to escape our reality to monetize on us.
Yeah. It's interesting because I don't know when I started getting that feeling too, that everything became so purchase heavy. And it's interesting too. I was it was either in the last year or two, I was kicking it at my cousin's house, and one of the youngins there, I was asking him like, what are you gaming on these days? And he was like, oh, it was either Call of Duty or
Fortnite,
or yeah, it was swapping between those two. And he's like, what about you? I was like, oh, I'm more into the like single story. He's like, oh, you're one of those weirdos. You know, you're a single player. Never mind. It's just like, why am I a weirdo because I prefer a single?
It's not weird. It's just kind of, the thing is that I like solo campaigns, but I am a huge fan of multiplayer. Yeah. I'm just not a fan of live service games that because the thing, again, why do you think people like multiplayer?
Because of the interactions.
Because motherfuckers is lonely.
Yeah.
So they taking advantage of our desire to connect, or as a single player gamer, the desire to escape. It doesn't matter.
They got us on both ends.
Right, bro. It don't matter. That's, Destiny. It's like that with the Eververse. Mm-hmm. Street Fighter is the same thing. It's technically you could either enclose yourself or connect. I was just talking to the homie because right now Street Fighter 6 got a stupid modding community, bro.
What kind of mods have you seen?
Oh my God, they had a whole butt naked Zangief, bro. Dick flopping, bro. Then they done had a Calvin Klein with thong cami. They done had leg, bro. It's a lot. I just went there because it's like they done did it all.
Yeah.
But as soon as like season 1 or season 2's battle pass come out for Street Fighter,
yeah,
watch them lawyers come swooping it. Bro, what you mean? That's how these live service games get their bread and butters, through their costumes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not the initial purchase anymore. That's why they do a lot of free to play games.
Yeah.
They want you to be in there, so eventually you want to make an identity in their world. So now you don't want to be generic because you're in there. You're invested.
Yeah.
Go ahead and buy that skin. Not everybody got it. You'll look different. You'll be set apart. You'll be special. Just like you always wanted to be. That's what the fuck they're doing, bro. It sounds crazy, but that's what the fuck they're doing.
You don't want to be like a million, these NPCs over here looking like.
You may not be that most popular kid in middle school or in high school right now, but in here, you can be anything you want to be.
Yeah.
You know, because like if you look at Fortnite isn't really targeted at us as men. So I don't really count.
Boring.
It's so targeted.
It got old to me.
It's so targeted at young boys.
Yeah.
It's a young boys game. You know what I'm saying? That's why they allow it to get wild. That's why the monetization isn't so hard. You know what I'm saying? Because Fortnite, because the thing is they got to make it accessible for adults so that kids can engage it.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's their target market. That's why if we were to play, right, we're going to give it a thumbs up. Because if you play an entire season, the free part of the battle pass, right, and you get to level 100 and you save your money, you'll have enough to buy the next season's pass.
Did not know that.
Yeah. So it's ways to experience the game as an adult. Warframe is similar because they got a free market. It's free to play, but you can literally get everything in that game for free if you do it right. Everything can be free. If you really commit to Warframe, you don't have to spend a single dime.
That game's not even on my radar like that, but
It's
good to know.
so good, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even, bro, if I was to go back, I wouldn't know what to do. That's how much it's changed. That game has been ever evolving since it came out. Like, if I had to say, if there was ever a rival to Destiny 2, it is Warframe. It is. Hands down. I was a committed Destiny player, bro. Committed. I wasn't playing any other game for like 7 years.
Damn.
For like 7 years, bro. Like, and then except for one. It was the Rise of Iron expansion.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was like it was the last Destiny 1 expansion. That was the one I didn't play because I got tired of Destiny. It kept nerfing shit and doing shit. And then the Eververse, that we wasn't getting no skins, we wasn't getting nothing, but Eververse kept growing. And I was like, man, fuck all this monetization, fuck all this nerfs, fuck all these buffs. Same thing I'm saying now. I went to Warframe for a year. Dude. But it's just, I'm not saying that all live service games are dishonest, but a lot of them are. Like the ones that are not are the exception to the rule, you know. But back to back to Fortnite.
Yeah.
The way they getting these kids, man, is they're priming us like they tried to prime us. But like, for example, Ariana Grande, Travis Scott, right? They had whole live concerts, you know.
Yeah.
Like
on the
right.
on the Fortnite thing.
Right, right. Who was at the Astro World?
Bunch of youngins.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, it's just a matter of where they insert. That's how they do kids. Because, like, how do I know that? Look at Lil Nas X, right? He was talking about parents need to control what they expose their kids to. It's not his responsibility, which is absolutely true.
Yeah.
But you can't throw rocks and hide your hand, or rather, you can't throw rocks in a glass house, because this same person who said that was on the Sesame Street show, right? Which is literally a kid's space. So you literally deliberately insert yourself in a child's space, knowing what you represent. You know what I'm saying? I would even argue Ariana Grande, because if she wanted to be kid friendly, she would have stayed on Disney. Or Nickelodeon. Was she Nick? Yeah, I think she was Nickelodeon. If she wanted to be kid friendly, she could have stayed on Nickelodeon, but she wanted a more adult appeal. But then she goes to Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing on them. I'm not assuming anything. I'm not saying that Ariana Grande or Travis Scott are preying on kids. I'm talking about how they target youngins versus they targeting us.
Yeah.
You know, the youngest, they want them to engage into the consumer market, so they make it more accessible to their parents. Whereas games that are more geared towards us it promises us experience and connection, right? They're taking advantage of our need to belong on every spectrum, from young boys to grown men. Because who's playing Fortnite the most?
Young boys.
Right. So it ain't. So who is Ariana? And who's Ariana Grande's main audience? Young ladies.
Yeah.
So what the hell is she doing on Fortnite?
Well, the thing about that is, devil's advocate, it's not just young boys playing games anymore.
I get that,
Yeah.
and we could argue absolutely, but I'm not, given that this conversation is very organic and it's not something scripted,
Right.
I can't confirm nor deny that statement without having to do my own personal research after the fact. So all I can say is it's just I've never seen a girl do a Fortnite dance. I ain't never seen girls talk about Fortnite or buying Z-Bucks. I got nephews who I've heard of my nephews, and I've heard little boys stealing their parents' money for V-Bucks, right? I like maybe Pokimane, that streamer chick, she might play Fortnite, but like as far as just as a commonality off top, hell, even when I'm on open mics and chats, I don't hear girls. You know what I mean? I'm just going off of my own personal experience that I'm not seeing girls playing Fortnite like that.
Right.
I don't, and when I look at it, it's just not a lot of I don't know. I don't see the incentive of a girl playing that game. I don't see them as a target market, as a marketing strategy, right? Like save the world and stuff like that. Now I could probably get crucified by feminists. I'm just talking money. I'm just talking practicality. I'm talking target markets, right? And the thing is about everything about that shows that. But maybe Ariana Grande was an attempt at reaching a broader market.
There you go.
However, it's a known boy market.
Yeah.
And I don't think she's a real, I don't know. I ain't never heard of Ariana. I haven't listened to not one Ariana Grande song. Like what?
I wouldn't be able to tell you those.
Right? I'm so lost.
I'm off that.
I want to say that about Beyonce, but I'll lie. It's a lie. I swear it's a lie. I sometimes wish I never heard a Beyonce song, but if you are black and around women,
you can't avoid
you
it.
can't avoid it, bro. I was never a fan, but it wasn't like I was like, all right, bro.
I have no choice.
I have no choice. You know what I'm saying?
So I have to follow up then real quick.
Do you have any favorite Beyonce tracks?
Yeah, actually. Bills, because it goes good with Doom. You ever, bro, play Bills with the old school Doom. You getting through it.
Really?
Getting through it, bro.
How'd you land on that combo?
I was at the Boys and Girls Club, and they had Doom on the computer, and I was playing it, and then I heard Bills, so I got it on my computer and put it on loop and beat the entire game of Doom on hard. It was amazing. I was like, can't pay my automobiles. Like, I was like, shit. Like, that's real life, bro. That's real ass life.
All right.
But if I had to pick one, it would be Bills.
Okay.
But nah, back to the games, it's just even with the Bills, I had experiences. You know what I mean? Unlikely combinations. I was able to add things. I was able to add my flavor to the game,
Right.
rather than the game trying to add to me. Right? I was able to put Bills over Doom. Right? Remember what you ever had the Xbox One?
Yeah.
Bro, you remember you was able to play your own music
While the game was
playing, bro?
That shit blew my mind.
Right, bro?
That's something I love to do.
Bro,
man.
that shit was litty, bro. That was like, that was the definitive factor for me to be like, yo, Xbox got a chance. Like, I was like, Xbox has got a real chance in this world.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge Sony fan. Huge. I've had every PlayStation except PlayStation 5.
Same.
I'm a huge Sony fan. Now that doesn't mean I I approve of anything that Sony does.
Right.
Just they've been clutch when it comes to quality games. But back to the problem at hand is that these companies are taking advantage of our mental condition and our mental illnesses today to maximize profit, in my opinion.
The other thing that people could say is that the onus is on the individual person playing to, to hold themselves accountable how they interact with the game.
Yeah, but EA been getting sued up the ass for the loot boxes for being gambling. So they hit your dopamines, and then on top of that, these story driven games and these multiplayer games they prey on your need to connect. And we're at a time in history where men are at an all-time high on loneliness.
Yeah.
So they're going and games has been known for a lot of young men to be used as a means of escape. And these video game companies have realized that and have been tapping in that to transmute your time into profit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that, yes, we do have choices, and I'm not denying it, but we can't deny that they're taking advantage of something that a lot of young men suffer with.
Yeah.
A lot of young men want to connect. A lot of young men want to be validated. A lot of young men want to feel like they accomplished something. Mm-hmm. And video games give young kids that sense of accomplishment when they beat that game. But can you ever beat Fortnite? Can you ever beat Call of Duty?
No.
You know what I mean? That's where my issue is. Where's the simple sense of accomplishment? It's a stick. It's a carrot on a stick type shit.
It's never ending. It's like you say, it's a lifetime.
It's an investment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
it's the long gone. It's long con.
Exactly, bro. And that's what my issue is with modern games today. Even Street Fighter is suffering from that. And God forbid, I am so scared of Mortal Kombat 1, bro. I haven't even looked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, God forbid they have a battle pass. Because everything has a battle pass now. Everybody wants you to invest in a little fuck. So I got to buy this shit to do the same shit I'm doing to get shit.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
You know what I'm saying? But that system is just, it's going to cause, like we were talking about the
Is this the problem with the need of exponential growth? Is like this craziness just keeps on playing out and it eventually just fucking everything unravels at the seams?
It's going to unravel because it's getting to a point now where people are becoming more desperate for connection. And that's why I was saying that a lot of these consoles are peaking.
Yeah.
Because they're not able to hold the attention of people anymore. You know what I'm saying? People want to connect. People's, a lot of gamers are in their 30s and shit. Their wrists hurt. Niggas have been playing since they 14. Over 50% of black men are childless and ain't been married. Niggas is tired. How much NBA 2K is a nigga gonna play before they like, shit, I want some pussy.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, but they just, and it's not sustainable. This system that they're imposing on us is affecting and eroding our mental health. And if we don't wake up to it, you're gonna just see a lot of angry kids. Yeah. It's like watching porn, right? You watch porn, you watching them have sex, you watching them do all these things that you not fucking doing.
Yeah.
How long is that sustainable before a motherfucker get frustrated? It's not sustainable. How long you gonna keep putting incomplete games in front of young men who want to feel accomplished before they say, fuck it, I'm gonna do some shit myself? And it may not be in a positive way because there's no way to escape. There's no way to vent your frustrations because everybody trying to profit off of you. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. Young men is dealing with it's gotten to the point where they're targeting our young men to the point because it used to be where I was a kid, I didn't have to worry about the marketing and shit like that. They went after our parents. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now these kids going on YouTube and shit, they want to play their mobile games and shit, and if you ain't buying the premium version, you getting added out. You know what I'm saying? Now young boys can't even have fun online without being charged, without being monetized. So to be a boy, you gotta pay. To be a man, you gotta pay. They're charging us all the way from adolescence to manhood.
And then the ramification that'll have on that individual that can't join in, or eventually probably just gets mocked or is just made to feel lesser than because he can't. What is it? He can't
because everything
participate.
every step of boyhood and manhood is paywalled. It's paywalled. To have friends is paywalled. To have feelings is paywalled. To achieve is paywalled. To get an education is paywalled. To have a family is paywalled. To have children is paywalled. To die is paywalled.
That's the craziest one right there.
But think about it. You got to have insurance. It's paywalled.
Yeah.
Every step of a boy to a man's life is monetized. We're exploited. And I'm talking about current young men. Because back in our day, we were spared in a little bit. I'll say we were spared from that a little bit. Because, again, the internet wasn't as developed and fleshed out as it is today, where they can just there was no algorithms.
No.
There was no, if you put your information in here, this database is going to remember that shit, and then it's going to throw ads in your face to the things that you done put in and said. No, it wasn't like that. So they had to do it the old-fashioned way with commercials and shit.
Yeah.
So we wasn't really directly affected as young men, as young boys, like the young men and young boys of the day. They don't even get a chance to be young men and young boys because they been sold something since the day they get out of the womb. Ain't that a bitch?
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a byproduct of nepotism, you're already behind as a man from the womb financially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The best way to know that shit is when a book fair come to your school.
Book fairs were so fun back in the day.
Bro, book fairs let you know where your place in life was. Cause you know what I'm saying? They charged for books. Kids.
Yeah.
The fuck? It was just a way for parents to show, oh, we make more money than you. Classism, bro. And all of this falls on the shoulders of young men. And they've infiltrated our most sacred pastime. Video games.
I wonder how the people on the inside, the developers, the designers, all that shit, I wonder how they feel about this.
They don't play games.
And
most of the people at the top aren't even gamers.
It's just so, I don't know. It's like you're fucking over your own customer base.
No, they're not. Because they don't play games. They're not loyal to us. Because most of those people at the top don't have foundation in video games.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of most developers don't make it up to those levels anyway. So it's not something that so it's not them betraying us. They never had our interests in mind.
Well, so I'm not talking about the top either. I'm just talking about people in between.
They get fired if they don't follow the top.
Man.
There is no in between. It's doing what the top says.
It's quite the dynamic.
It is, bro. And the only people that suffer are us. And that's my beef with microtransactions, bro. Not microtransactions. And that's my beef with live service games, bro, in general.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Fortnite is cool and shit, but it's still got an extensive monetization practice. Yeah, it's got some leeway against it, but only reason why I'm so critical on it is because of the way they target the kids, more the young men more so than I do the older men. Because it affects the young boys more than it affects the young men and the men. And it goes back to, they monetize us since the womb.
So here's what you got to do in order to fight this. Go play, find yourself a chess set and learn how to play chess.
You're going to have to learn how to disconnect. It's time to start reading books.
Yeah.
It's like, we were saying it at the beginning as a joke, but it's for real. You're going to have to touch some grass because everything digital has been compromised. There's no escaping the reality that we're all sharing right now. It's
going to be used against you.
Right. Corporate, our country, our systems it's all a benefit of our detriment to go outside, in my opinion. You know, it's just because it's like, if you go online, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything is charged, everything is monetized. From cooking to fucking to sucking to drugs to games to Twitch to YouTube to everything, right? Everything. So unless you step away from the digital world, you're not gonna find any kind of real connection you're looking for.
But you can't step away from it because it's all over. Like,
It's gonna keep progressing.
Right, but it's at a point where, as a young man to a grown man, you're gonna have to be of good courage. You know what I'm saying? People gonna have to have some courage, man. It's something that, because at the end of the day, mental health starts within. Like, only thing we doing, only thing if you run upon this show, right? Don't look at us trying to give you guys solutions. This is me leading you to water. It's up to you guys to drink, right? And I'm a man of God, so I go from the Bible. Bible says to take the meat and spit out the bones. So if it don't apply, let it fly, right?
Mm-hmm.
My thing is that not not every it's not a one size fits all type podcast either. This is just a podcast to let anybody know, regardless of what they're going through on a mental level, that you're not alone. In some shape or form, as a black man or as a Latin American man in America, I can't speak on a white man's plight. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a different plight altogether, right? And I'm not saying they don't go through problems. It's just, it's not my problem to empathize with. They're one side of a very different coin. You know what I'm saying? And I don't wish any ill on them. I wish them the best.
Yeah.
And rest in peace to the crew that went down. That was wild.
Oh shit.
Also, rest in peace to those hundreds and hundreds of migrants that went down and was capsized that same week. It's a lot going on when it comes to man's mental health, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're trying to escape extreme conditions of your country, or whether you're just trying to feel something when you're at the top of the food chain, men's mental health is important, because very rich men and very poor men died that week in mass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're talking about a dude you talking about, wow, right? And it just shows, right? People climbing men climb Mount Everest. Men do so many reckless things just to feel, because
Skydiving, going jumping off a mountain with a squirrel suit,
Right.
fucking base jumping, all types of shit.
And did you know all to prevent all of that bullshit, all it took is for someone to give them a hug and say, "You matter." Do you know how many motherfuckers wouldn't do extreme sports if they got more hugs?
You think that's the real root of it all?
Bro, when was the last time you got a hug and someone said, "I love you," and you matter to me?
A couple days ago.
Like that?
Yeah.
Who?
My mom. Not you matter to me, but also...
Bro, hold on. First of all, for most men,
Yeah.
that's the default.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count. That's a given, like calculus. Not calculus, like a given like geometry.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody knows that most mothers of their children gonna love you regardless, right?
Right.
When but outside of, because
Family and shit like
right,
that.
outside of the inherent love,
Mm-hmm.
right? When was the last time somebody came up to you, gave you a hug, and say you matter?
I mean, the homegirl gave me a hug the other day, but she didn't say like you
You matter. It's like it wasn't like that deep, but like...
When was the last time you told a girl that she mattered?
You're gonna have to give me the... I don't know, dude. I can't...
In general, it doesn't matter in what way. When was the last time you told a girl she mattered? And I ain't talking about in a relationship wise or nothing like that. Just a girl. When was the last time you told a girl she mattered?
It's been a minute too, because it's not like... That's something that I do want to say, like if I feel the need to say it, but it's not something that I'm trying to like always say and diminish.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you feel like saying it too many times has a diminishing factor?
Yeah, because I feel like people would perceive that as me probably like be coming off as try hard, you know.
But my thing is
disingenuous.
But so why is it okay for us to repeatedly address failure, but not repeatedly address success and validation?
Oh no, I'm of the mindset where you do have to, you know.
No, I'm saying like, why can't I say you matter versus you ain't shit? It's easier for me
Gotcha.
It's easier for me to constantly say you ain't shit versus saying you matter.
No, you have a point.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, like,
I think because it's been ingrained to us so that we don't get fucking big-headed. It's like people trying to humble us and just trying to keep us, you know, more grounded.
But it comes back to, I guess, you know, you opened up on something that, you know, for the first time, because like for me it was yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I try to tell women they matter all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's important, because girls is wilding right now, but really sit down with a girl, and you'll really sit down with a woman, bro, and you'll realize we two sides of the same coin, bro. Our struggles are just you know, our struggles are equal, but they're different based on our gender roles, right? Based on the roles we play in this world, they're definitely different. But as far as the level that it goes through, they're equal. Yeah, we can put emotion behind it and say, oh, but you didn't have it this way or that way. But in regards to just overall, they're the same. Just they're expressed differently according to our gender. And it's just, you know, and we can't speak mental health. Mind you, this ain't no manosphere, red pill, black pill, blue pill bullshit.
White pill, whatever.
I ain't fuck all. If you know, go to Andrew Tate if you need that shit. You know, he can crocky you all the way home, bro. You know, like I'm
in our bag.
You know, for me, I'm always gonna be, you know, supportive of my opposite side, bro. You know, not just as because I ain't no feminist. You know, I'm not a feminist. I'm a humanist. You know, I think that we are all we're not independent of each other.
We need one another.
Yes, there's a symbiosis. We're not something that women can't live on their own without men, and men can't live on their own without women. James Brown said it best: "It's a man's world, but it don't mean nothing without a woman or a girl." You know what I'm saying? We live in this world for purpose, to complement the other side. And pride and our ego got in the way of that. But let me not get off the subject of where we at right now.
Yeah.
Because the point of what I'm trying to say is that we need to be more mindful of the media that we consume now, because now everything is monetizable. They're taking your spare time and they're monetizing on it. You know, they're playing on your need to connect. They're playing on your need to feel validated and making a profit. You know, they're giving us incomplete games. They're giving us, you know, it's crazy how all these fucking games, right, have these incomplete stories and shit, but they got a full fleshed out wardrobe to sell you. Ain't that a bitch? It's like
something's off here.
Right? It's like we ain't gonna explain the whole story to you, but we gonna give you all the accessories to explore it.
It's like, wait a minute.
Well, for a price. I'm sorry. We'll give them to you for a price if you buy the battle pass. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, I was under the assumption that you developers had a story to present to us, and then everything else was just a.
We'll give it to you on the next patch.
Oh, okay.
I promise. You know what I'm saying?
You sure you got me?
Got you, bro.
All right, cool.
Look at Anthem. Got you, though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, though. Yo. You want that new shader?
Been waiting on that.
$5 though, bro. Hey, though, but I got you. Next week, we gonna give y'all an extra gun slot that you can buy for an extra $20. Like if you wanna equip another gun, $20, bro. I need that. Muy. You know what I'm saying? Street Fighter. Oh shit, you want that tutu? Because I swear, bro. Oh my gosh, Street Fighter is pissed, bro. I've been playing, bro. Like it is so hard to find masculine clothes.
Hey, where's
in
your
World Tour.
where's your avatar at, by the way? What
Like
level
50.
Are you? Oh, okay.
I ain't been playing as much because I've been trying to get into school.
Right.
But yeah, hey, don't get it twisted. I still play Street Fighter. It's just, it's just I gotta call it all out. I'm not gonna tell you here, be like, well, I got off video games altogether, because no, I still bought Lightfall Deluxe Edition. Even though I ain't played Season of the Deep, I just said fuck that game. Always, I log on every season just to get the seasonal, just to get the exotic, because they give you a free exotic every battle pass.
Gotcha.
So I just log in, get the free one, and then I just dip, because I'm like, man, fuck that. So I still play that. I still play Fortnite, not as much. I don't play Warframe because they don't cross save yet, and I'm not about to play it all over again until they give me my Sony account. You got me fucked up. I play games, bro, but I've learned that I have to moderate, because they're trying to shape our context and how we enjoy games.
And that's the moderation part is something that I'm glad that you brought up, because it's something that was instilled in me by my parents growing up, and I hated it at first, but then now seeing it now play how it actually is a part of my repertoire is just like, oh shit, like I'm thankful.
I'm thankful too, man. Like my mom and them, well, honestly, it was the opposite, because my mom kind of let us go into it, bro, because my mom rightfully believed that when she was, because my mom told me, she was like, she saw us playing them games, she was like, honey, she was telling my dad, we got to get all this in front of them. That's why I had all the systems. We had a computer. We was always in front of a computer growing up and all that. Like, I used to play video games up the ass, boy. But that's why I know it's just so much different now than it was then. Because then they were fully fleshed out games. Like, yeah, I might want to play it 1, 2, or 3 times, but playing a video game back then was no different from reading a fictional novel.
Yeah.
You couldn't get anything more out of that game if you wanted to, except maybe a different approach, but it's still the same story.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas now these live service games, they can say anything. There's no way to tell where a story's going to go, and that's what they banking on, because they want you to, because they added this, and then all those things I was telling you about, that creates what is known as FOMO.
Yeah, that fear of missing out.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So now it's like, oh, you gonna miss out on this big event where everybody's gonna be around, or you're gonna miss out on.
Am I really? Because there's always going to be another new hip game that's going to be the next big thing, that's going to have the next big online event that you have to be there to experience, and blah blah blah. It's just like
it's just they feel like ads posing as a game.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about live service games. They're ads posing as a game. Because they're selling you, they give you for free an experience, but then sell you the game. Right? Like, that's how most free to play are. They sell you they give you an experience to sell you the game. And for me, I Destiny 2 betrayed me personally. Because I put so much fucking money in that game, bro. For them to incorporate free to play, and then make it so hard to get the same thing that I already had. It's just game, like Destiny 2 showed me this was Destiny 2, bro. For me, because that's my biggest example, because that game I've been committed to since 2014. I was playing since the PS3, right?
Yeah.
And I had it on PS4, and then I got it on on the PC, right? I got 1,200 hours just on my PC alone. You add my PS3 plus my PS4,
good Lord,
that's at least another 1,200. So I got like at least 2,400 hours on Destiny 1 and 2 combined. You know what I'm saying? And 98% of all that time was on a Titan. I'm a Titan main. And I used to have homeboys. Like, motherfuckers done became family men and everything. And it's just like, it's like, yeah, they try to promote this, get your friends and stuff, and it's cool. But when you're talking about a game that's got a lifespan of damn near 10 years, shit change.
Yeah.
So they need to make community easier than just having your friends hop on board and play with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not as lucky or blessed as Astacross to be able to make a profit, so he can incentivize his homeboys to keep playing even when they have life changes, right?
Yeah.
He a whole dad and shit now and still playing Destiny 2 because he can do that. My homeboy can't do that. You know what I'm saying? He a father, but he gotta work. But he's not getting paid to do that shit. Only person that's getting fucking paid from this shit is Bungie. And that's what and if I take a step back, that's happening with every game.
Yeah.
It just, for me, it took Bungie to open my eyes to that, because that's the game that was my poison, right? Mm-hmm. So this is not me shitting on Destiny 2. It's just it's my most vivid example, because I've committed to that game now 9 years. 9 years. Next year will be 10 years. You know, I think that gives me a right? And I got well over 2,000 hours worth of gameplay.
Yeah.
Right? I feel like, I looked at the Astacross video. He got like 8 stacks on there. And that's just his PC, because he started off on PlayStation as well. So you add all that console time plus PC time, bro. And then you see all the bullshit they doing, you be mad too if you were disillusioned. Yeah. But a lot of people are not, because a lot of people don't have the time that I do to be able to see the bullshit, because they work jobs. They just want something, so that all they can do is complain and not necessarily know exactly what's going on. So I can understand why a lot of people still play these games and feel this funny feeling, but can't quite put their finger on it. Because if you're not looking, it will go over your head. You know what I'm saying? It's getting to a point that they can't hide it no more. They've been kind of sliding it, but it doesn't matter. If you keep sliding, it's going to stack. And they're going to notice that, damn, what's all this shit stacking up? Oh, this is all the bullshit I've been sliding under y'all backs. Yeah. You know, and then y'all motherfuckers it's going to get to a point where, like, even the busiest person going to see it. That's what's going to happen. They're going to keep trying to cut the cheese, keep on trying to cut the cheese. And it's going to get to a point where you're going to see a stack of cheese. You know, the only people eating is fucking people like Astacross for I'm only talking Destiny 2. It's probably, because like Call of Duty, the only person I know is like, what, Dr. Disrespect, you know? And then Fortnite, he does that. And then what, Pokimane, she's just this hot white girl that play games. Mm-hmm. No, I don't think she white. She like Persian or shit. I don't know. She just, they all just want to look Eurocentric. Like... I don't know, bro. They'd be like, look at me all bright, but nah, I'm good. It's all good, but, what's his name? Who else?
Well, there was that whole controversy with Nick Merckx and from the Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah, because he was saying that the LGBT was targeting kids, and so they axed him, and now Call of Duty in the same boat as Budweiser. Yeah. It's just it's agendas at play, and I'm not talking about the LGBT because because the thing is I agree that there's an agenda at play, but it's, in my opinion, it's bigger than the LGBT. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's way bigger. It's about monetization. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
the name of the game,
right? If I identified as an LGBT, I would probably be upset, because I would feel like they're monetizing off of our achievements as LGBT. Yeah. Why does every fucking month? Why is it just this month that y'all throw up the rainbow flags? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like y'all, it's obvious pandering. It's obvious that they're trying to milk money out of a movement that if I was LGBT, would have been fundamental to where I am right now. Yeah. But instead I feel like a lot of LGBT, they get really, I don't know. I can't speak on their mindset because I'm not gay. Yeah. I can only speak on my opinion. Yeah. And so, but like, my thing is that back to the streamers, like I can't speak on Pokimane or Dr. Disrespect in the respective games, but I can speak on the ones that I watch, which is like My Name is Bife, Dado, Astacross, Cactus. You know what I'm saying? They are incentivized to play because of the very blunders that I speak of when it comes to live service gamings, where Destiny drops off purposely. They can pick up with purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because Destiny doesn't have to really do anything because we're in for a penny, in for a pound at this point. So, you know, we don't really need to give you a story. So someone like My Name is By for or Merlin Games can just be like, well, we'll do it for you. And now they have revenue. Everything is just being, every aspect of what I mean is that even the flaws can be monetized. Like, it's gotten to the point where we don't even have to have a proper game because modders will do it for us. Right?
Yeah.
And then we still got to pay these goddamn modders. So every step of failure and every step of success of a game can be monetized. So it doesn't matter if it's a good game or a bad game.
Something just doesn't feel right about that.
They taking advantage of our mental health, sir. It doesn't matter, bro, because they can monetize on it. Oh, the game is bugged. So modders can just bring in some patches and you pay for it.
There you go.
Oh, you don't understand the story? Well, I can go ahead and make my own lore channel. Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't have a walkthrough? Oh, I can make a channel on making walkthroughs.
There you go.
Right? There's no initial purchase. In the modern day of gaming, there is no way to get a full game with an initial purchase anymore. Like, there are the exceptions being, you know, Spider-Man, God of War, you know, those type of games. Yeah, but you know, but as far as the industry is going, not so much. Like, it's become to the point where initial purchase games have now become the exception to the rule, where it used to be the rule. That, you know.
It's interesting witnessing this all go down. And I'm honestly, I feel conflicted because, like you, I love playing video games. Grew up playing video games, but just being moderated. And I mean, yeah, in moderation via my parents. There were some times where I did go fucking overboard with my gaming, like a few games, BioShock, Batman. Like, I just would go on hours and hours. It was just like, I'm not gonna eat. It's all right. I'm not hungry. Even though I'm fucking starving.
Right.
I can't see myself. Well, I can't see myself doing that as much anymore. Even though I have, you know, a fucking backlog of games that need playing.
Bro, let's not talk about the backlog. I think that's a different podcast episode on mental health and backlogs, bro. Oh, that's a whole different topic, right? I can make an entire topic on just backlog games, bro. Because of, you know, just on the sense that, you know, procrastination, right? Think about how we see,
Way guilty.
See, I ain't gonna go there. Whole podcast, right? It's so wild, man. Like, how gaming, in a sense, became this. Because I missed the ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 times where you can just have all your cake and eat it too, and you had your Game Sharks and shit. Now it's like, oh, you want to cheat for real? Hold on. So, you know, games have become something so much more complicated, because I'm not saying that you can't get your experience out of these games, right?
Yeah.
If you're mindful, if you're discerning, right? And
go.
disillusioned about what they're doing, you can get yourself an experience, but it's not like it is before. You know what I'm saying?
Those days are gone.
Those days are gone. You're going to have to be a lot more knowledgeable and discerning about the games. And you're going to have to realize what you're willing to invest, bro. Because at this point, it's an investment.
Wait, okay, I can see this being a catalyst for people doing more tabletop gaming, playing like role-playing games, you know, board and dice and that type of shit. Do you think that'll happen? Because I mean, that you need a group of people to play that, and certain games will run like maybe between 4 to 8 hours, depending on what style of tabletop gaming you're doing, and it'll fill that void without having the need for you to be like nickel and dimed as you play the game.
The problem is that
Okay.
that doesn't translate from the spectrums, right? Because video games are played by literal killers and literal trillionaires and everything in between. Tabletop, it's very niche. You know what I mean? It's a niche type of game that majority of the world ain't really owned like that.
I get you, but if they understood, if they like get a glimpse into like that avenue of gaming, and they see that like what they're missing in their version of gaming is fulfilled by tabletop gaming, do you feel like maybe that'll slowly start overtaking?
Because of our last podcast, nah. Because if you think about like the Apple Vision Pro, and then you think about how that's going to look in 5 and 10 years, and how it's going to become consumer friendly price, it's gonna take. I'm not, again, when I'm talking about video games, I'm talking console is the only thing that I'm really talking. Well, not consoles. I'm talking about the state of the games, because it's, even though it's monetizing, it's gonna be more engaging, right? We're entering a new stage of interaction when it comes to games, and unless tabletop can reach the world consciousness on that level where it can find where it can fulfill us, I don't see it. Like I'm not one to be. I want to be hopeful, but when you think about revolutionary technology like the Vision Pro and what it's about to bring to this world,
Right.
it's tabletop is really gonna have to put its best foot forward. You're talking about being the vanguard against a second industrial revolution, bro. Like this is we're in
the thick of it.
The Vision Pro will usher in the second industrial revolution. That's just where I'm, like, the way we work and everything gonna change.
Yeah.
Like all these computers and stuff. Like imagine being able to go into the actual work field and incorporate things that you would have to go into another office space to do, right? Like, because for example, like let's say you have a job open in the gate, right? So they got but in order to function at gate, you have to be at a computer. So they probably got someone offsite or some stuff. But with a Vision Pro, right?
Just there.
Someone can be there and access it through that, and they don't need to be at a computer. So now they can be on site plus doing more work, right? Because now they have access to the technological world in the real world in real time. You know what I'm saying? Without extra manpower to achieve, just to click some buttons, when now you can be on site and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? This is where this shit is about to take us. You know what I'm saying? Where I ain't got to go on a computer. I could just, okay, cool. Bam. Yeah. Right? Because it's all going to be interactive.
Yeah.
So that's where we at right now, bro. Not no mouse click, nothing. That's resource.
That's the past.
So, so imagine that kind of interaction with games. We already see the potential with VR, but imagine that in mixed reality.
Yeah.
Right? Incorporating augmented and virtual reality and making it one. I've always said this is the age of surrealism. It's gonna blend reality from fiction, and then you add Neuralink, right?
Yeah.
So not only because the Vision Pro is gonna put you in it, and the Neuralink is gonna make you a part of it.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? Where
no, thank you.
Like it'll get to a point now where you don't even have to do this anymore.
Just think it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So board games, tabletop. I don't see it. But I see it thriving. It'll persist.
Right.
But it won't be mainstream. It definitely won't be mainstream. it's hard. My bad. It's hard for me to see tabletop when, Apple is literally offering the world forbidden fruit.
Yeah. No pun intended.
No pun intended, bro. It's literally offering forbidden fruit, bro. Like, and history tends to repeat itself. And the last time someone was offered forbidden fruit, we did not pass that test.
No.
So with that in mind,
avoid the Apple Vision Pro.
Not just be, be of good courage. For one, don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and set boundaries on what you're gonna consume. You know what I'm saying? Use everything as a man to discern this stuff, man. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, regardless of what people try to control, regardless of what people try to monetize, regardless of how people try to make you feel, you have an obligation to yourself to try to enjoy the life that is given to you every day. Mm-hmm. Because these games rely on you. Because the fact of the matter is, you're a living experience. That is an artificial experience. You're a variable that can never be determined or calculated by any kind of algorithm. And they need your engagement because they know that your life is so much more fulfilling than anything they can present you, bro. Mm-hmm. So never feel like your life means nothing, because it does, because they need that time. Because if your time didn't mean nothing, they wouldn't try to vie for it. So at the end of the day, employ moderation. And what does that mean? It means to employ discipline. Just because you have access doesn't mean you need to access it. Just because you want to doesn't mean you have to. Discipline.
I'm sorry, but having it there is the privilege. It's just like knowing that for example, myself, like I do moderate myself as much as often as I can. And because I got other, I don't want to say interest, but I have other things that I'm trying to accomplish that if all I did was game, it's just like I'd just be fucking myself over. Because I need that time. Yeah. I need to invest that time in other avenues.
Absolutely. And, and even if you were making something out of your life with video games, bro, there's a such thing as burnout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As much as I love the game, even after X amount of hours, it's like, I need a break.
Right. And you need connection. You need real organic connection. Yeah. Because now I'm not knocking the digital world and saying that we need to go back to sending pigeon messages and shit. What I'm saying is that it doesn't hurt to engage people in person. It doesn't hurt to engage the world that is right outside, bro. Every day that we are allowed that is a privilege in our own right, because every man, every woman in this world has a right to exist in this world. You know what I'm saying? Every day that we wake up is a testament to that. So we as young men and older men and elders need to fortify ourselves. Despite everything that's come down the pipeline, men are still passing on values and legacies as we speak today. Mm-hmm. So you use your good intuition, use your goodwill, use your good measures, or other measures, because I can't say everybody's good, right?
Yeah.
Whatever tools you are allotted, you gotta make your stand in this world as a man, because regardless of what you think you're doing, somebody profited. So you got to figure out how to profit from yourself. That's which leads back to, what is your purpose in this world? And that's nothing no one can answer to you, and that's not an answer you need today. It's just something that needs to be in mind, because then you'll be more mindful of what you're doing, because you'll be more mindful because you want to walk towards your purpose, however that shapes out to be. You know what I'm saying? But with that, I think that's it for me, bro.
Yeah, that's a good place to wrap for this episode.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for coming over to this podcast. Please like and comment below. Make sure to, again, I cannot stress this enough. We are not professionals.
No, we are not.
In no kind of way. Everything we've said is an opinion. I'm no psychiatrist. I'm no physical therapist. I'm no counselor. I have none of the above training to dictate or anything as far as a medical diagnosis, as far as any kind of symptoms or none of that. Please refer to professionals, degreed professionals, and we are not that. And if you need and if you feel like you want to hurt somebody or hurt yourself, please refer to the suicide hotline at 988. I cannot say this again enough. If you if you feel like you're going to hurt yourself or others, I plead and implore you to contact the suicide prevention hotline at 988. This has been The Road Less Taken. I'm Petty Rich.
I'm Mo Man.
And you have a good night.